Hello and welcome back to Green Avatar. My name is Ivy, and in today's video we are doing the weekly for the 25th to the 31st. So tarot is going to be by element. So we start with earth signs, I believe, this week. So earth, air, fire, water. Water signs are last. I will leave timestamps in the description below. Really quickly, this is a very interesting week. There is a little bit of astrology this week. There's actually not that much. As we get into next week, as we get into November, there's going to be a lot more. But this is a pretty quiet week, to be honest, and it's mainly going to be coloured by the by Mars changing signs at the end of the week. What do we got? So this is all in New Zealand time, which is local time for me. So be aware of that. You might want to adjust for your time zone. But the 27th, which is Wednesday, Venus will square Neptune. That's going to be really dreamy, very creative, a little harsh because it is a square, but it is pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. It can be a little dreamy though, a little bit of away with the fairies, so just be aware of that as well. It could put a dampener on the dream or the goal or the aspiration, so just be aware of that as well. But otherwise it is pretty, like, it's not that bad, but it is a little, it can be a little contentious, is what I want to say. On the 29th, Venus will sextile Jupiter. Now that's going to be very nice. On the 20th, that's Friday. So on Friday we have that to look forward to. That's very nice. That's very lucky. You may meet people, relationships, friendships, things of that nature on Friday because of that sextile. It's very nice. It's very expansion. It's very expansive, I want to say. So it could expand. It could expand your friendship circle, your business partners. You could also meet romantic relationships could happen on that day as well. So just be aware of that as well. It's a nice day. The 30th, we have the Sun square Saturn. The Sun is now in Scorpio, so be aware of that. Squaring Saturn, so this could be secrets coming to light. It's also a solidifying energy for plans and this, like, for plans and the storyline there. We could also be making changes, very needed changes on this day as well, so also be aware of that. What else is there? It could be a little contentious, but it's important because it's Sun squaring Saturn, and Saturn really has been teaching us a lot of lessons this year, and well, for the last couple of years, if we're being honest here. So just be, the Sun squaring Saturn is going to be a little contentious. It is going to be a little tough, a bit of a could be a little bit of tough love, but it's all relative, right? It's all towards the big dream, the big plan, the big end goal, towards your soul's purpose. And then finally on Halloween we have Mars going into Scorpio. So Mars is finally going home. to one of its home signs. The other sign it rules is Aries. So going into Scorpio, while Scorpio is a water sign, it is the more it's the more indirect of the Mars signs, right? Aries is very direct, it's very straight to the point. It's like, you stab someone, right? Whereas Mars and Scorpio will poison you slowly. It's a terrible example, but I'll do what I can, right? And so now that Mars is into Scorpio, right, this can be very seductive, very secretive, very vindictive, very it can also be jealousy and anger, and it can be the more negative. Those are the more negative attributes, but it can also be very like detectives, right? I think of detectives when I think of Scorpio, right? The detective works, finding the truth, getting to the heart of the matter, taking action towards a massive rebirth as well, because of what Scorpio, the 8th house, that rebirth, right? So it can be very helpful, and also remembering that we also have the sun in Scorpio as well. So the energy is now going to be the energy is now shifting more towards that scorpionic energy, right? Mercury will soon join Mars and the sun in Scorpio. I think they do it next. I think it's next week. I'll have a look. I've already done the thing for next week. So yeah, it's next week. Yeah, I've already done the weekly for next week, so I'm a little ahead of myself, which I like. Yeah, it's next week. So Mars will join them next week on the 6th, I believe. So the 6th? Yes, the 6th. So Mercury isn't that far off from joining the other two, so there's definitely going to be a lot more of the detective work, a lot more of the finding the truth, right? Getting to the root of the answer. Corruption and greed and all of those, things that like to hide being brought to the light during Scorpio season. So also be aware of that. So that's literally the week ahead. The tarot is going to be directly after this, so be aware of that. It's going to be right after this. I'll leave a link in the description, a timestamp, in the description below, and then you can just click the timestamp and go to the tarot if that's what you're really looking for here. The lunations this week are really nice. The moon in Gemini ends with a trine to Mars, which is really nice. Definitely action orientated. The moon to Cancer is a square to Mars though, so that's a little contentious. Can be a little argumentative, right? Feelings versus action. What else we got? The moon in Leo is a trine to Venus. That's very nice. That's fun, flirty. Let's have a good time. And then the end of the week we have the moon in Virgo, and that is a square to Venus. So very interesting week this week. A trine and then a square to Mars, and then a trine and a square to Venus. So that's a very interesting week. The moons are a little bit all over the place. So you have a good moon, you're going to have a good couple of days, and then a more contentious couple of days, and then a good couple of days, and then a contentious couple of days. So just be aware of that. Moods may be a little bit all over the place. Also be aware that we have the first quarter in Leo on the 28th, 28th, the 29th, as we start to ramp towards the new moon next week. Next week on the 5th, and that's a new moon in Virgo. Scorpio. I'll look at that again. A full moon and new moon in Scorpio, and also remembering that next month we have a lunar eclipse at the end of the month. So very interesting as we start to get towards eclipse season with this new moon in Scorpio. So that's the week ahead. Pretty quiet, not too bad. Definitely a lot more going on next week, so definitely a longer video next week. But that's all we've got. We're gonna move on now to the tarot, with the Earth signs first, and their weekly prediction, and then right at the end of that Earth signs, I do have a few extra cards. I do have an extra card for you guys for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn for each sign, just to add a little bit of an extra layer there. So that's also there. Wait till the end. They're really quick, so I'm not going to leave timestamps for that, but I will leave timestamps for each element. Okay, so we're going to move on now to the tarot. Hello, my Earth signs, my Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns. This is your reading for the week, the 25th to the 31st. We're using the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot today. This week, we have the 5 of Potions, the 4 of Presents, the 5 of Presents, the Knight of Needles, which will be the Knight of Swords, Dionysus with merrymaking, the Hunter, and the Bardo. This week is going to be very interesting for you guys. Definitely seems as though there's going to be some high highs and some low lows. Definitely a lot of changeability though, because you do have the 5 here, the 5 of Potions and the 5 of Presents. So while there are things happening, and I feel as though there's quite a lot of them, we may not be very happy, or we may not be excited about everything that's going to be occurring this week. Just be a little careful of overindulgence this week, my Earth signs, especially with Dionysus there and that merrymaking. Be careful not to overdo it on the drink, and yeah, just be a little cautious of that. Okay. Also be a little careful to not overwork yourself this week, especially if you are feeling particularly driven towards something. There is a need here to be just a little careful of not overdoing it. Interesting. Because the Hunter is exactly what it says. It's about hunting. It's about going after something that we have been wanting, or we've been kind of striving for a little bit here. And the Bardo is very interesting. So the Bardo is about it's a little bit about the veil between worlds, but excuse me. It's about, like, how do I explain it? In a way even I understand, right? Because this is a new deck for me, this one here. So it's transition, that's what it is. That's the word I'm looking for. This is a card about transition, and so I really want you to be a little cautious of, like, not overworking yourself, because you are going you are in a bit of an in-between phase this week. So really, like, if you need to rest this week, right? That Five of Potions and that Four of Presents with that Five of Presents. The Four of Pentacles with the Five of Pentacles is really kind of telling me that if you need to take a rest, you need to take a rest. And the other thing is, if you're feeling particularly overburdened, don't be afraid to talk to people and kind of release the burdens this week as well, because you're in a transition place, so it is going to be a little difficult this week, and so there is a need to really ground and really be very kind and gentle with yourself this week. And if you're feeling overburdened, talk to somebody, right? Don't just ignore it, or don't just kind of like, oh, it'll be all right. Like, no, you need to make sure that if you're feeling particularly stressed this week, or you're feeling particularly overburdened, that you find someone you can talk to about it this week. Okay, so I've pulled a card for each sign. So let's see. Okay, so Taurus, you have Guardian Rosetta here. If I can get it so you can see it. I think that's it. You have Guardian Rosetta here with Faith. This is card number 36. Have faith this week, Taurus. Things are working out as they need to be, as they need to. You need to not try and push things too much, because again, like I was saying with the general reading here for my earth signs, you're in a place of transition. So just continue to keep the faith. You're going to get there. It may take a bit longer than you would like, but you are getting somewhere. So you need to make sure that you keep the faith, Taurus. Okay. So that's what I've got for my Tauruses. Right, Virgo, you guys actually have two. You have Guardian Crocodile here with card number 105 with Speed. And you have Guardian Miracle with 110, Unexpected Gift. So for you guys, Virgos, I really want you to be aware that you're more likely to be coming out of this transition period than going into it. Because I feel as though things may have been particularly stagnant lately. Things are going to start to speed up. Things are really going to start to move now. And the Unexpected Gift card here with Miracle, I do feel as though for a lot of you, this is going to be in the form of money, or a new friend even with this. You may have a new friend who likes to give you things. Likes to give you gifts, Virgo. They may, it may just be someone wants to give you a bit of extra time this week, or they want to, like, spend the day with you and you guys go to the spa or something. It doesn't have to be too big, but it's something that's just very thoughtful and very nice for you, Virgo. You may be thinking of giving someone something, but I feel for the majority of you, you're getting something from someone else or from the universe. Could even be from the universe, whether this is a job opportunity, a brand new opportunity to learn something new, to, whatever it is. It's definitely unexpected, and it's very nice here. It helps to speed things along here because things are really starting to move for you now, Virgo. So that's what I've got for you guys. And we've got Capricorn lucky last. Right, Capricorn, you guys have guardian harmony with compromise. So this week, I really want you guys to try and not argue. Because we are in this transition energy for my earth signs, I really want you to really focus on meditation and breathing this week, grounding, trying to be very cautious, because if people are going to be wanting to start fights, you need to disable yourself. You need to say, no, thank you. I do not want to participate. You may also find that there are situations this week where you are going to have to compromise, whether you want to or not. But you are going to need to compromise here. I think the things that you need to compromise on are things you would particularly not want to, but there's just going to be a need for you just to kind of what's the word they say? What's that sentence they say? Grin and bear it. Much to your horror, but it will work out in the end. So do know that it's going to work in your favor in the end. So if you have to compromise this week, Capricorn. So that's what I've got for my earth signs. We'll move on to the next sign now. Hello, my air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Gosh. This is your weekly reading, the 25th to the 31st. So let's see what you guys have got coming up this week. We have the Temperance card with a little Sally here. We've got the Three of Presents, which is the Three of Pentacles. We have the Four of Cups, or the Four of Potions in this deck. Not you guys having really good cards, not gonna lie. Love these, love this for you guys. What else have we got? I should pull the rest of the cards, shouldn't I? Isis with past life. The situation involves your past life memories. We have Maeve with cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. Two purples. Interesting. And we have the fault line. Interesting. Very interesting here, air signs for you guys this week. It definitely seems as though for you guys, things are going to be pretty good. Things are going to seem pretty good for you guys this week. I really don't see too much here. Have a look. Yeah, I thought so, yeah. The Temperance card makes me think that something is going to be revived, or there's some sort of like need for you to heal something. And the fault line really speaks to that, right? It's about there being like a fissure, right? A fault line, a crack in a relationship that is very close and dear to you, air signs. The Temperance card talks about needing to heal that, because the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Presents here, talks about needing to collaborate, consolidate, right? Needing to work together. To overcome something, Four of Potions, that did cause a bit of sadness, or did put a bit of a dampener on the relationship. This is something with Isis and Maeve here. This is something that was part of like the cycle that the two of you shared. It was something that needed to happen for someone's soul growth. Now it's basically time to get over it, basically. It's time to get over it. It's time to move forward. And it's time to heal the relationship again, so you guys can do the work you were meant to do together. Because I do feel for you guys, air signs, there is someone here you're meant to be working with. There's someone you're meant to be collaborating with. That you are a little, I don't want to say you're estranged from them, but you feel a little like aloof from them. You feel a little detached from them because of something that they've said to you in the past. And this was something that they needed to say in order for their soul's growth. So it wasn't really something that, how am I going to say this? It feels to me like it was something that was said in the heat of the moment. But it was something that was never fully delved in, or it wasn't something that was fully like forgiven or talked about. Like, it didn't have the conversation needed. Spirit's bringing that back into the fold this week. And there's going to be the need for you to have a conversation to kind of make things right, to kind of heal the rift, the crack, the fault line here, so you guys can go back to working in a more healthier relationship, not so detached, but more aligned with one another. And it's all about alignment this week. For you guys, air signs, so be very aware of that this is going to be a week of alignment. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, guys. But yes, there is definitely a need for you to align with this person this week. If you're not dealing with a person, this is this could be a business relationship. This could be an old business partner, an old school friend, an old what else could this be? Whatever it was broken, and it's time to fix it. So it could just be, this could be something to do with a business you own, or something to do with, really take it how it resonates, air signs. But there's something here that's broken that needs to be fixed this week, or will be fixed this week. And you'll be given the opportunities and the resources to make sure that that is done. Okay, because this is a cycle that needs to close out, so you guys can move forward. Okay, right. So moving on, I've pulled a guardian card for for you guys. One for Gemini, one for Libra, and one for Aquarius. So we're going to start with Gemini. And the card I picked, and the card that came out for you was Guardian Cinnamon with healing. So Geminis, yes, this is going to be a really important healing moment this week for you guys. Especially around the people that you need to be healing things with. Whoever this person is this to me feels like someone you consistently have arguments with. There's going to be a healing moment, or there's going to be a moment where the two of you are going to consolidate something. You guys are going to heal something and move forward, because I do feel for you guys, this person that you heal the relationship with, this crack that's going to be aligned, the alignment word here again for me. Whoever you are aligning to, whoever you are that are healing with, is someone you're going to be working with for a very long time. So this is something that is very important for you this week, is that you spend the time to heal whatever rift was broken with this person, Gemini. So that's what I've got for you, my Geminis. We're going to move on to lovely Libras. All right, Libra, let's have a look at for you guys. You guys have Guardian Daisy. This is card number 79 with Innocence. Look at the colors, very nice. Very that light blue and that yellow. It does have that feel of innocence here. I do feel that for a lot of you Libras, this was something that was said in the heat of a moment. I don't feel as though this person, they meant what they said here, right? There is a bit of innocence here. Or you guys going back to that time of innocence where things were easy and free-flowing than it is particularly now, where things may feel a little bit more awkward or detached. It's a return to the way things used to be, just not the way they used to be, if that makes sense, because things never go back to the way they were. They just evolve into something different. And so by healing this, you are evolving into something different, but it's going to feel very similar to the way the relationship used to be. It's just not going to be the same, if that makes sense. So that's for you guys, Libra. And we're going to move on now to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, you guys got number 80 with Guardian Rose and relationships. And card number 86, if I can find the camera, here it is. Guardian Scarlet with self-expression. Yeah, Aquarius, you're another sign that's really going to be really focused on the relationships here. Libra could go either way, but you guys, Aquarius, definitely relationships here, especially if Guardian Rose comes out. Gemini has something very similar, so yeah, definitely very relationship-centered week for you guys, Aquarius. Don't be afraid to be very individualistic. Express yourself. Express yourself. Do not hide your individuality from these people. That's what they value about you. And so there is a need to not try and shift that or change that or hide that from these people. Be your true self, right? Be your weird, quirky self. That's what we love about you. With that self-expression card, my Aquariuses. So that's what I've got for you guys this week. Have a good week, guys. I hope to see you guys next week. We're going into November. I can't believe it already. But we're going to move on to the next sign. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hello, my fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, this is your week ahead, the 25th to the 31st. So let's have a look. We have the 5 of Potions, which is the 5 of Cups. We have the 4 of Pentacles, that's the 4 of Presents. The Knight of Needles. That's the Knight of Swords. You have Asclepius here with Healing. And you have the Shapeshifter. This is a very interesting week for you guys. Yeah, things are kind of moving in your world right now. Fire signs, things are you're needing to be a little bit more pliable than you usually are, than you usually need to be. And that's, you know, that's mainly down to this shapeshifter card you have. You are doing quite well, though. I do have to say that is that you are doing quite well. This is going to be a bit of an interesting week for you, where you are going to need to be a bit of a jack of all trades this week. You are going to need to be a little bit of everything to everyone. Definitely a week where you're going to have to do a bit of you and a bit of looking after other people. It's nothing that you can't do, though, with the shapeshifter there. It tells me it's something that you shouldn't have to worry about too much about, because you are pretty good at doing it anyway. And the Asclepius here tells me that there may be a need for you to look at look at like your health routine or something. It could also indicate like really healing moments with others as well, which is another thing that I always love with the Asclepius. But yeah, health may be a little bit of health may be on the might be something you may need to be very cautious of this week, is what I want to say. If you feel ill, go to the doctor. Don't just kind of like put it off. There's nothing too bad here. It's just going to be one of those weeks where you're going to need to be a little bit everywhere this week, fire signs. There is specifically some sort of situation that happens very quickly with that Knight of Needles that you will kind of look back on and go, oh, why did I do that, or why did that happen the way it did? It happened the way it did because it needed to, so just be aware of that. It's kind of like things are kind of unfolding at the moment, and you just need to kind of go with it right now. It's going to be a little bit all over the place this week for you guys. So I've pulled some cards, some extra cards. So I'm going to start with Aries. Right, Aries, this is what you guys need to know this week. A little bit of extra for you. You have card 108 with Guardian Magical and Magic, and you have card 27, Guardian Rhythm with Timing. Yeah, for those of you that are Aries, there is magic in the timing this week, right? If there's definitely a need for you to try to not rush things this week, because things are going to unfold as they need to, and you rushing things just mean that they just get put off and put off and put off, because the universe is unfolding as it should. So you need to allow it to you need to allow it to do that. You can't be pushing against it, like, I need to do this now. It needs to happen when it needs to happen. Okay, Aries, that's the really important message for you guys this week. Okay, so that's you guys. I'm going to move on now to Leo. Have a very good week. So my Leos have Guardian Cardamom with Alliance. So for you guys this week, my Leos, it really is going to be very important for you to pay attention to the people that you work with, or the people that you have alliances with, because those are the people that you're going to need to be maybe a little bit staunch with, or you're going to need to make sure that you watch your boundaries this week. Don't stretch yourself too thin, is what I want to say. Also, if you are feeling overwhelmed, you do have people you can call upon. You have people that you can ask for help if you need it. That's the other thing that you need to learn, Leo. So that's what I've got for you guys this week. Good luck, and I hope to see you guys next week. Have a good week, guys. We're going to move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you guys have Guardian Black with masculine. And that's card number 1, by the way. And we have card number 43 with Guardian Princess and acceptance. A bit too close. With masculine and acceptance, I really do feel as though those of you in the masculine collective, again, it's energy, not gender, but for those of you that are more of the masculine collective that are Sagittarians, there is kind of like this acceptance of who you are, or there's some sort of acceptance of the way things have been. A lot of healing moments this week where you kind of just accept what happened, accept what's happened for what it is. You're not really gonna let it affect you too much, and I kind of like that for you guys. For the rest of you, for those of you where that just doesn't really resonate, there is something about a masculine figure where you're going to just accept them. You're just going to accept either the situation, or you're just going to accept them, or what they did, or what they contributed to a specific situation for what it is. Like, it's just like, it is what it is. We're just going to try and like move past this, or I'm just going to walk away from this, or I'm just going to like, there's something here where you're just going to like accept the situation and not dwell on it anymore, because it is what it is. And that's really something that's needed to happen. It may kind of shift or change the relationship, but that's something that needs to happen as well. Okay, so that's what I've got for you, Sagittarius. Have a good rest of the week. This is what I've got for you guys this week, the 25th to the 31st. I'm going to move on to the very last sign, which are water signs. Hello, my lovely water signs, my Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpios. This is your reading for the week ahead, the 25th to the 31st. So let's see what you guys have got coming up, my lovely, lovely water signs. So let's have a look at the tarot. Wow, you have the Magician, the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Six of Wands. Wow, you guys are really moving forward this week. That's amazing. Mutt with fairness. It says the situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. And we have, wow, look at you, the Threshold. My water signs, you guys are amazing. You guys are just definitely stepping into a brand new cycle here. The Ten of Needles, absolutely. You are ending a lot of tough cycles this week. They're done and they're dusted, and we're never having to go back to them ever again. It's really positive though, because you are manifesting something brand new coming in. With the Magician here, you're manifesting your future here. The Nine of Presents, the Nine of Pentacles, definitely tells me that you do have a lot of wish fulfillments coming in, very thick and fast here with the Six of Wands, the Six of Candles here. So you definitely have a lot coming in here. You definitely have a lot of opportunities coming in this week. Things are really gonna, oh, I keep knocking that out. Things are really gonna be very balanced this week. I think a lot has really been going your way, because you do have a lot of things kind of rebalancing that need to rebalance, if that makes sense, water signs. It's very important that these things have happened as well, because they needed to, because you are being really set up for a brand new exciting journey here, my water signs. It's going to set you up for the rest of potentially your life. I want to say, like, this feels very big, right? It feels very exciting. It feels like fresh and brand new, and you've really been putting the work in, and now we're finally getting to the end of that, and we're starting to get into this brand new exciting endeavor. So I really like that you have all of this. Like, this is really, like, this is super positive. I'm so excited for my water signs this week. So let's have a look and see what else we've got here. So we're going to start with my Cancerians. So you have Guardian Terror with stability, and we have Guardian Pine with future. Yes, and yes. You guys are definitely being set up for your future. You may have some sort of really stable opportunity or some sort of really stable offer come in that's really going to help to cement you, right? It's going to really help to cement your career, your financial cash flow, like your cash flow, like your incomes. Thank you. Your financial income, right? It's really going to help to stabilize that, to make that something more of a fixture, I want to say. Definitely seeing the seeds of these being planted this week, and you really like setting the intention, planting the seeds for the stability, for the long term, right? We're playing the long game here. This isn't a short game, this is a long game, and you need to be very prepared for that, Cancer, right? It's very direct as well. This doesn't seem to be a typical Cancer thing where we kind of go around the long way. This is going to be something that, while it is the long game, it is something very straightforward. So that's what I've got for my Cancers. Have a very good week, my lovely Cancers. We're going to do Scorpio next. My lovely Scorpios, this is you guys. You guys have got Guardian Mint with protection. Okay, so know that you are very protected this week. Trust your intuition on any decisions you make this week in regards to career. You do have a very busy week like the rest of the water signs. There is something very exciting and brand new coming in, and so remember, we're thinking long term here. So really know that you are protected this week. Really know that you can really trust your intuition with very important decisions this week, okay? So that's what I've got for you guys. Have a good week. And we're gonna finish off with my lovely Pisceans last. So you guys have Guardian Uranus with unexpected, and you have Guardian Juniper with boundaries. So you guys are going to need to be very watchful of your boundaries this week, because you do have a lot of positive things wanting to come in. You're going to have to make sure that the boundaries of what is already existing are firm, right? There are always going to be people that are going to try and push on your boundaries. Pisces, you need to make sure that you push back, or you kind of make sure that your boundaries are very firm, okay, this week. That's going to be very important for you. And I know it's something that is a little hard for Pisceans to do, but you've been working on boundaries for a while now, right? This is going to be a little bit of a final test, I want to say. Make sure your boundaries are firm this week. And know that, and with the unexpected card, I'm feeling more like unexpected gift. So this to me is like there's going to be some sort of unexpected event that's going to occur. It's very positive though. It has a lot of positive connotations, but it is very unexpected, my Pisceans. You may meet someone a little unexpectedly, or you may have some sort of unexpected cash flow, some sort of unexpected gift from someone at work. Just be aware of that, and also make sure you enact very sound boundaries this week as well. Okay, so that's what I've got for my Pisceans. Have a very good week, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye guys.